Hello everybody, it's F4 for the weekly update. I'm doing better this week. Recovering more every day, so that's nice. Stretching further than I can stretch before. Finding it easier to be in chairs and things, have a little bit more energy. I'm going to try to upload the rest of Mario Sunshine and Oxenfree VODs this week. So we'll have that. No new Let's Plays are starting anytime soon. Still not up to sitting in a chair and commentating. Let's see. But yeah. Surgery was almost 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow is the 2-week point, so it's been a nice recovery period. I'm taking less of the pain medications and other accoutrements that are necessary, so that's good. Also, Happy New Year. It is 2021. This year, I was about to say this week, this year, it's not 2020. Bad things are going to happen in it, good things are going to happen in it, but we have to always just make sure to cherish the good things and do our best to make sure that the bad things aren't as bad as they are, really. That's our jobs. It's not the year's job to make something good or bad. It's humanity's job. So yeah, I really know that we can, if we work together, it's much better. Hamtaro. I think that we can do it. I have trust and faith somehow still in humanity. Let's see. I'm going to do like a year in review video separately so that we don't have to go through my whole list of everything I wrote down for the year. But so yeah, this was an uneventful week. A sad weekend because it's right now AGDQ has started. Awesome Games Done Quick. It's a charity marathon that happens at the beginning of the year every year. Part of the Games Done Quick charity marathons for video games. But what the weird thing is that AGDQ always comes as on the last day of MagFest. It's always like the Sunday of MagFest is also when AGDQ starts. So it's like weird that it should be starting when I haven't been at MagFest. But yes, I've been thinking about MagFest for a while. There have been some wild things that have come to light. I don't know if it was last week or this week if I talked about it at all, but just some let's call it severe mismanagement by the board of directors of MagFest. And I really hope that there is significant change so that the event is able to actually continue to exist and we're not going to be forced to boycott it because it's run by terrible people. I really hope that they just are able to have a change of management and to stop firing all the people that keep speaking out against it. MagFest means a lot to me personally. If it's a place that like is run on the backs of abuse, and I feel bad that it has been in the past, then I'm not going to go in the future. But MagFest does mean a lot to me personally. It's the only con that I can really go to. It's the one where I've seen all my friends like for the first time ever in person, except for like a few people that live very locally. I have a few personal memories, and and just doing all the drawings and stuff. I got getting the things on the wall here signed. I keep these up just to remind me that my friends exist. Like MagFest 2020 this last year. Just look at all the signatures. Friends. So like I keep all of the lanyards up over here that you can hopefully hear clinking around. It's just a familiar sound to me. This is the sound of me walking around. This is the ASMR of walking around MagFest. It's just, I have this like little Pokeball charm with a bell in it. Hope that didn't knock out my sound. I have this little Pokeball charm with a bell in it that Mom and Ella gave me 2 or 3 years ago that I keep on all my lanyards for the day. And I switched through a few because I got the Lucagin lanyard. I have a Proton John one. And I have buttons and flare and stuff on it and things that I buy. And it's just fun walking around with that. And just hearing the little click, clack, click, clack of the badge and all the little acrylic charms and stuff. And it's a aesthetically pleasing sound to me because it's the sound of walking through the halls of the hotel for hours trying to find your friends, or just going around and doing things. And it's a happy place for me. So I sincerely hope that something good, there is positive change that comes out of this. Just I'm sorry that so many people were just getting horribly overworked and abused by just a lack of care for employees, and it's crazy. It's very crazy. But yeah, so this should have been MagFest weekend. And if you're saying to yourself, Dovey, you had surgery, you would have had surgery less than 2 weeks ago. Would you really have gone to MagFest? And the answer to that is I would have tried. My parents might have actually put their foot down on that one, but I've been to MagFest every year since 2016. No, earlier than that. I got pictures. 1 second. I've been to every MagFest since 2016. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5 years of MagFest. 3 of those years I had cancer. One of those years I almost died during the convention due to severe anemia. And I don't remember what 2020 I was in the middle of radiation. So, yeah. Things don't stop me for MagFest, but this might have. But like, if I had to be wheeled around in a wheelchair, not like going anywhere, just being like, okay, I'm gonna go out of my room for like a few hours a day, like down to the atrium or something, and just talk to people, that would have been enough for me. I wouldn't have had to go to the arcade. I wouldn't have had to go to the merch hall. I wouldn't have had to go, looking around all the other areas for the shrines and the things. I would have been okay just like sitting in the atrium in a wheelchair for a few hours. Now I'm looking at pictures from my first MagFest. My first MagFest was a single day. 2016, I was there for a Thursday and that was it. And after that, I did the weekends. But like, it was blessed. MagFest is blessed. My first memory of MagFest is like finding the hotel for the first time. 2016, right? Finding the hotel for the first time. January, it's cold. My dad is with me. Walking into the hotel, like through the front doors, and then right behind me, walking into the hotel as well, because we left early, because it was like a 4-hour drive. Nintendo Capri Sun, like right there. So I'm just like, I'm one of the, like, I was one of those people that like was just like, I had like drawings. I wanted to give him a drawing. I wanted to ask him to sign a thing. And that one, That one was one of these. This one? No, that's 2017's. 2018. I have it up over here. I ran out of room. I have the old ones, the 2016 ones up over here. But yeah, so I'm just like, can you please sign a thing for me? And he's like, sure. And he posed a picture with me, just like, you know. And like as I'm like stumbling through my words and like starstruck. And now like go to him like, hey, how you doing? So yeah, I don't know, just getting more familiar with people, and it's great because they are people. It turns out that people are people, for better or for worse. But like, God, they're not just people; they're my friends. And I'm sorry, I'm so sorry that I talked about MagFest for so long already. But this convention, like, it's close enough for us to drive. There's constraints because I'm Jewish, so all these things are over the weekend, so I have to make provisions for the Sabbath. I have to make provisions for kosher food, which, depending on where it is nigh on impossible to get without spending a ton of money. Like MagFest, since we can drive there, I just take food with me and keep it in a fridge. But if I were to go to MomoCon or Con Bravo, which I would probably have to fly for, you know, it would we'd have to buy food there. And Atlanta has a Jewish community. I don't know. Con Bravo is in Canada. That's all I know. I have no idea where the closest Jewish community is. And you could buy like kosher food at the store. Like there's a lot of normal, regular objects, especially fruits and vegetables, are all kosher. But like there's normal things that are kosher, but like that's extra steps now that I have to take, and other things. So there's just a lot more consideration. So MagFest was the easiest. It was the least crowded. It was the best time of the year. And it was also the one that everyone went to. Like, now everyone goes to PAX because too many people go to PAX, so nobody goes. It's a Yogi Berra-ism. The place is so crowded, no one goes there anymore. So I heard, like, MomoCon is fun. And it's in Atlanta, which is by the aquarium there that I want to visit. That's on my bucket list. But yeah, MagFest has always been special. And if you ask anybody that's been to MagFest, they'll tell you the same thing. That MagFest is just, it feels different. It feels special than a PAX or anything else. And I'm upset that, you know, due to COVID and also, you know, the everything else going on with management, that it couldn't happen this year. Mainly due to COVID, it was canceled this year, but you know, next year is now up in flux. I really hope that in a year's time, they do something. And something other than saying, we'll look into it. We'll conduct an investigation on ourselves. Sure you will. But anyway, yeah. So MagFest is a happy place for me. I mean, I got like that poster, the Final Fantasy VII poster. I got the Persona one there. Bunch of stuff you can't see on the sides. I got like, I don't know, plushes, some Nagito things. I did my first cosplay last year there. I have a whole bunch of other lanyards full of things that I bought at MagFest. I like to get something, just mementos. You know, I don't like, you know, usually getting like the big poster things, but I like getting something. I have these like little Animal Crossing things. Also, I like buying stuff to mail to my friends that can't go, and I can't do that this year either. But what I'm one of the things I'm really missing is just last year, something I started up, and of course everything went to hell after I started something that made me really happy. But I printed out a ton of my art that I thought was good, and I gave it out to people for free, you know, in exchange for signing a thing, or even if they didn't want to sign the thing, I just let them have, you know, the art and stuff. And and everyone liked it. I thought that was a great idea. Everyone just, gets a little memento of their own that they don't have to pay for MagFest. It happens to be a memento of me, but, it's a memento of MagFest. Also a piece of art that they like on a 4x6, of, video game characters and stuff. So, like, I don't know. I thought everyone won with that. I thought it was a great idea. It was an icebreaker saying, like, hey, can I give you a thing, and would you sign a thing? Because I'm very bad at joining conversations. As you can see, I have a lot more energy than I did last Sunday. But yeah, it's not going to be the same this year without that extra push that MagFest gave me. Like I said, it has special significance for me. There's so many different memories that everyone has of MagFest. I hear them talk about the different things. Last year there was the dollar, which context for that I think is on, if you like, on the MagFest vlogs. I'm gonna link the MagFest vlogs in the video if you want to watch them, if you're nostalgic, if you want to find out context for things. But there's like the dollar, the Danny DeVito shrine. There's always like the MagFest wizard, the hype train, the little hallway concerts. I went around with my automaton. The computer. What's it called? Not library, museum, where you could play like old computer games. So like Luke always goes there to play like King's Quest and stuff. I don't really do much at the arcade or the game area except to just kind of find people because it's where they congregate. But like last year there was 8 people playing Mario Party at once. Like everyone had half a controller. It looked amazing. And just the hotel itself is great. National Harbor is great. Yeah, so like even if MagFest doesn't happen, like I don't know if I can just convince everybody to show up at National Harbor for a weekend. Not, paying MagFest or giving it any, if it doesn't change, if it's becomes an event that we shouldn't go to. I wonder if we can still convince everybody to show up at National Harbor. Maybe not on New Year's weekend, but like, on a time that isn't a Jewish holiday. You never know. But yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry that I spent all that time talking about MagFest. But man, it just means a lot. I got my badges here. I got my friends. I got more friends. Everywhere I look, there's something to remind me. Do-do-do. 'Cause there is always something there to remind me. But yeah, I'm sorry that mainly sorry for all the people that have had to suffer because of just the as the thing here put it, verbal, emotional harassment and abuse. I'm so sorry. That's the main thing. It's less of I feel bad that I can't go, and more of I feel bad that like all of these horrible things were happening to the people that work there, and like I'm grateful that they made the event happen despite all of the horrible things, but you shouldn't have to work through that. Anyway, let's see. So I did a thing, like a Twitter, thread. My brain still doesn't work well. Twitter thread of all the art that I did. So I'm just going to put that as my art thing of it's by month or by moment, art moment. I did another Twitter thread of just good things that happened in 2020, because we all remember the bad things that happened in 2020 and the people we've lost, the horrible things that have happened. But you know, it's good, again, it's good to remember the good things that happened to you, because, you know, sometimes it's the bad things just outweigh in your mind what the good things are. So, you know, if something good happens to you this year, maybe write it down so that if you're having a bad day or something, just you can look at it and be like, you know what, that happened this year, so, you know, it wasn't a complete wash, you know. Let's see, my brother has been playing Hades like there's no tomorrow, and I have not been able to. But he is so good at it right now. Let's see. I got drawing ideas. I did a drawing on New Year's Day. So I did actually draw for the first time in a few weeks. And it was, Holy Hand Grenade mentioned something about Hypnos in Hades being like Nagito. So I kind of drew him, and I know how bad that looks. But I'm also recovering from major surgery. But yeah, so yeah, I've just been looking through MagFest pictures all weekend. There's so many cool people that go there. There really are. Like, I love every single person that goes to MagFest, and it fills my heart to see them, even if I like talk to them once and then get too scared to talk to them again because we've never actually met before. But like, I don't know, I love it. So yeah, New Year's was interesting. It was very nice in Animal Crossing New Horizons, let me tell you. Let's see. The Twitch broadcast was not good, but Steven and George had a great stream on it. My friends are doing art, which makes me happy. Makes me happy to see my friends' art. And that's about it. I spent the week recovering and not doing much else. But yeah, this was a lot longer than I thought it would be. But yeah, so doing a little better. Again, if I didn't like respond to you at all this week, or continue to not respond to things that people ask or whatever, it's not because I am trying to ignore you. It's because I just don't have the strength at the time, or in general, to sit on my computer or even on my phone and type out a whole thing, think up, you know, use my brain to make the words. But yeah, this Thursday I'm gonna be going to get the staples out of my back, not the screws that are in my back. You know, they used staples to close it up and suture it. So I'm going to be getting the staples out on Thursday and just having first of a few post-op meetings. But yeah, so look forward to sometime later in the day the year in review video. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of video games and world events, I guess. And yeah, thank you very much for making 2020 as good as possible. I really do appreciate. I'm going to paraphrase myself because I can't. Excuse me, I cannot. Words. If I've interacted with you, liked your art or videos, talked in your streams or discords this past year, you have made my year. And I really mean it when I say there are way too many people to enumerate to thank for that. And I'm saying it here to you if you've interacted with any of my videos or anything. If you know if you've drawn art that I've liked, or you've talked somewhere in my general direction, and I know that like a lot of people, including myself, see messages like that and they're like, oh, he means everyone else except for me. It's like, no, I'm talking about you. I really do mean you. You made my 2020, and I really appreciate you. I hope this year treats us all better. And again, we have to make this. We have to do the work to make sure that this year treats us all better. And you know, it's going to be what we make it. So here's hoping that we make it a good one. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.